Hey guys, welcome back to Two Brothers Gaming. This is episode 12, and I'm here with Rylan.
How's it going, everyone? I'm on a new setup right now. Different camera angle because I forgot my stand.
Yeah, it's alright. Looks good though.
Doesn't look bad.
Yeah, so we didn't release an episode last week. Well, we didn't get to record last week because I was on vacation. But I'm back now, and we may do another one tomorrow. Maybe not. We'll just have to see.
Maybe.
But first, starting today, Tears of the Kingdom takes the top spot back in sales in the UK.
Okay, what I got from that, it took me a little while to find something. So what I got from that, it says, after a brief delay, we now have the week's charts for like box sales and stuff in the UK. And it's surprising absolutely nobody, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom has been held to the top spot after debuting its first place last week. So I have some stuff here. Link's latest outing has seen a 73% drop in sales week on week throughout. That is not unusual for a game that receives much hype around its opening. Has now overtaken both Link's Awakening on the Switch and Ocarina of Time on the 3DS to become the sixth best-selling Zelda game in UK history.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Those two games are really good games, so for it to take those two, pretty good. And this early, this is July 13th, the time of recording, so it's been out in 2 days, it'll be 2 months. No, actually yesterday made 2 months, so a little over 2 months.
And that's crazy that it's past those games that have been out for years.
Yeah.
Ocarina
of Time 3D came out in 2011, and Link's Awakening Remaster came out in 2019.
Yeah. So that's really good.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Yeah, so it says The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is back at number 1. Final Fantasy 16 had it last week, but they said Tears of the Kingdom took it back. But it says Final Fantasy 16, meanwhile, has been subject to a 78% fall in box sales since its debut at number 1 last week. However, it should be noted that digital sales for Square Enix's new title accounted for over 56% of its total sales at launch. Given that box Switch games tend to sell a lot better over long periods of time, it's no surprise to see the two games swap positions this week. So yeah, of course, if a new game, like a new big name game like Final Fantasy comes out, it's going to take the number 1 spot just for a little bit, and then it's going to die back down because Final Fantasy, there's a lot of people that love those games, but there was no hype nearly compared to what Tears of the Kingdom had behind it. So
yeah, I feel like the only game that will match that is PS5 Spider-Man game. So
yeah, and still even that, I don't know if it'll be that big.
I feel like Tears of the Kingdom might win Game of the Year.
I think it will.
It has a really high possibility.
I think it definitely will. I mean, people like Spider-Man, but
PS5.
Yeah, more people have Switches than PS5s, that's for sure. But Tears of the Kingdom, Zelda has a bigger name gaming-wise than Spider-Man does. People prefer...
Like, if you think of like a older game or a newer game, you will think of probably Zelda in like at least the top 10 category.
Oh, yeah. So I see Spider-Man 2 being definitely in the top 5. I mean, those. I mean, it's probably between those two, but I'm just saying probably top 5 because there's still a lot of good games coming out this year. Like Microsoft's Xbox's Starfield's coming out, and there's a lot of hype behind that game too. But I'd say it'll be between Tears of the Kingdom and Spider-Man 2. But personally, I think Tears of the Kingdom will win it, no problem.
Yeah. I like Spider-Man, but I'm gonna have to say Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
I like Zelda also. So
Yeah. I mean, I like the Spider-Man games, but I mean, if I had to choose between them, it's definitely going to be Zelda all day long.
yeah.
All right, so The Last of Us Part 3 has leaked online.
I didn't get that one.
Did you not?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay.
Thing.
Well, it's leaked online that 5 new characters, at least 5 new characters, are being introduced. So we got the name of those 5 different characters. It says these are a group of scavengers using a Victorian house as their base of operations, and the characters include someone named Lucas, an affable character who develops a relationship with another young scavenger and will have a turn to show his dark side. Okay, and then Mason, a former soldier who must choose between his loyalty to Ezra and the house when Val gets put in charge. And then Val, the female character of the group, the female leader of the group, I'm sorry. Ezra, a guy who wants to take over the house from Val, and then Gracie is a young one. So those are 5 different. So The Last of Us Part 3 kind of shifts somewhat away from the story we're used to with The Last of Us and focuses more on these 5 scavengers rather than, your typical, Ellie and, those type of characters. But
I've played part 1, like The Last of Us 1 or whatever, the first one.
Yeah,
that was good, and I liked it.
I want to play it so bad. I haven't ever played it, and I've seen people play it, and then they come out with that TV series, and it was so good, and I want to play. They have it for PC. I definitely want to get it. I want to get it when it catches a sale. It's not bad. I found it as low as $30 right now, but still, I want to find it a little lower than that. But
yeah,
The Last of Us Part 2 is supposed to come out on PC, I think, early next year.
not really.
Yeah. So I definitely want to play the first one, then get the second one. But
yeah,
who knows how long it'll be before this one releases, and then after it releases, how long is it going to be before they port it over to PC? So,
yeah, it might take a while. So,
and it'll probably take a while, like we was talking about Spider-Man 2. It'll probably take a while before they port it to PC.
yeah,
so I won't be able to play it for a while.
It took them a long time to just get the original like Spider-Man, the first PlayStation Spider-Man to PC. So
yeah, they have Spider-Man Remastered and Miles Morales for PC, but it took them a while to get both of those over.
Yeah.
All right, so I know I've mentioned it before. I'm big into emulation and, different emulators of different systems.
Yeah.
So the team behind RPCS3, which is a PS3 emulator that I use pretty often, is now working on a PS4 emulator.
Okay, so here's what I got from that. I had to do a little bit more research than usual. But as it says, as reported by Read Only Memo, the team behind the RPC S3 PS3 emulator started to work on a PS4 emulator called RPCSX. The project appears to be still in like the early stages of development, and isn't going to be like the first of its kind or anything.
Right.
With plenty other like developers and all that also trying to create their own like PS4 emulators with like different qualities and stuff. So
yes,
that's what I got on that.
Yep. So that's exactly right. So it was first spotted on GitHub, which if none of you are familiar with GitHub, it's where a lot of emulators and different apps made by different community members are put on there for the public. But anyway, if the team behind RPCS3 is behind RPCSX, which it is because that's what they said. It's in good hands because that emulator for the PS3 is really awesome. I play a bunch of PS3 games on there. God of War 3 runs great on there.
Yeah, I seen you sent me a snap one day. You were playing God of War 3.
Yeah, on my
So,
ROG Ally, it was awesome. I played Black Ops 2 on there, Black Ops 1 on there.
yeah,
Yeah, I
play some
mean,
zombies.
yeah, it's pretty cool. It's got to be a pretty good working emulator and a pretty, powerful PC for one to be
Yeah,
able to play Call of Duty. But still, it's really impressive that you can play Call of Duty on a PC on an emulator. It's just crazy to think
yeah,
about. And
because that's a lot of like processing
yeah,
power and stuff.
I mean, at first it runs kind of slow. You just got to let it configure and cache the shaders. But once it's done,
Yeah,
it runs fine. I mean,
Huh.
with emulation, you're always going to have these little texture glitches and stuff like that. But for
yeah,
it to
because it's not
run
like
at all,
it's not gonna be perfect.
right? Because it's not on native
Yeah,
hardware. But for it to run and be able to see and play how you remember, it's pretty impressive. So I'm really
yeah,
excited for this. Play some PS4 games, hopefully. And like you said, it's not the first
yeah,
of its kind because there's a few PS4 emulators out there,
yeah.
but they're not
But
real
that's
great because, I mean, for one, it's really early to be starting to emulate PS4, but two,
yeah,
maybe they don't have the team like RPCS3 does. So hopefully this team can put it together pretty quick and maybe get us some early access. I don't know.
yeah,
But moving on. So earlier this week, Microsoft won its lawsuit and to acquire Activision Blizzard, but the FTC, who they just got out of the lawsuit with, appeals
yeah,
their loss. So
yeah. So I remember we talked about the lawsuit and everything and all that with Activision and all
yeah,
that. What was that, like episode 2, 3, something like that?
yeah, I think so.
Who knows? It might have been the first episode.
Might have been.
But what I got here is on Wednesday, the FTC said that it would appeal by decision by the U.S. court to allow Microsoft to acquire gaming giant Activision Blizzard for nearly $70 billion. That's all I got. I
Yeah,
didn't really get much.
yeah. So there's a deadline for this deal to go through. So if Microsoft doesn't do it or can't do it by the deadline, then they have to either renegotiate their contract or Microsoft just has to
Yeah.
pay Activision $3 billion and just walk away and don't buy them. Like they have to pay them. I don't.
Yeah.
So the deadline, I believe, is. Hold on, I think it's tomorrow.
Is it?
Yeah, it's tomorrow. So the FTC filed an appeal Wednesday, which I don't see the appeal doing anything because it has to go to the same judge, the same court that just denied them first to see if there was any errors by that judge. And by that time they read into all this, Microsoft will probably be signing that deal tomorrow before they can even get the
Yeah.
paperwork filed up at the court. So I'd say the FTC is wasting their time. And I think the FTC, I think Sony's paying them, honestly, because there's no reason for them to be against this deal. I mean, in the court, they said, they're saying it's unfair for consumer, it's making it too much on Microsoft's side gaming. It's making gaming unfair or whatever. So when they said it's unfair for Sony more than they said it's unfair for just gamers in general. They put Sony's name in there multiple times instead of just gamers. So that's why I kind of think that Sony's kind of paying them to try to fight this. But I don't know. I can't wait for this deal to go through. I hope it does. It's looking like it's going to. I want Call of Duty on Game Pass. That way you don't have to buy it every year. You just buy Game Pass.
Yeah. And then who knows, they probably will add like older CODs.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Like Black Ops 2. Probably the best COD ever, so
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah, so FTC appealed their loss, but the judge even said, there's no signs that this is going to hurt the quality and it's going to make it better for consumers. It's going to bring Call of Duty to more people instead of hurting. The only person it's going to hurt is Sony, and that's because they want it to hurt them because they don't want to sign a deal with Microsoft. They don't want to sign a 10-year deal like everybody else has. So that's the reason it's hurting Sony, is because they're not signing the deal.
I just don't get why they won't sign it.
That's how Sony is.
Kind of greedy.
If you're not playing on PlayStation console, they think you're stupid.
Yeah, PlayStation at some points good, but other points, not really. No. I have a PlayStation, so I could.
I haven't had a PlayStation since the PS2, and that's kind of why, is because Sony's attitude.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping this goes through and make me really happy to have some Call of Duty on Game Pass.
Yeah, I would like to see like Modern Warfare 2 or something come back.
Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah. Oh, especially Modern Warfare 3. Spec Ops and all that.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
My favorite game mode on there.
And if they would keep the servers open so you could play it on Game Pass and you could play it online with other people, that would be really awesome.
That would be.
But we'll see. Hopefully
they do that. Yeah.
We'll keep you guys updated with it. But fingers crossed. All right, so our last topic here. What is your favorite game on a Nintendo console?
I couldn't just pick one. So I picked a few off of like different consoles and stuff. I didn't feel like naming every single Nintendo console, so I named like maybe 7.
Okay.
So for the NES, I have Super Mario Bros.
Okay.
It's probably one of my favorite games like I've ever played and stuff. I remember.
Good game.
It's a really good game. For the NES is Super Mario World. I have it for that. I have kind of like a NES type of system.
Oh, like the little twin thing which plays both of them, NES and SNES.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colin gave it to me.
Yeah. I've had one before.
On the 3DS is Ocarina of Time. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Okay. I played that a lot on Carter's 3DS before he sold it or whatever. I loved it.
Only time I beat Ocarina of Time. I never beat it on the N64. I only beat the remake on the 3DS. Yep.
And then for the Wii, it's Wii Sports.
Okay.
I like the Wii Sports.
Yeah, that's a good game.
Okay. Actually, I have a Wii Sports CD in like my dresser over there, but I don't feel like getting it because there's a lot of stuff in the way because how I have my setup here and everything. And for the GameCube, I'm gonna have to say Legend of Zelda: Wind Waker.
Okay.
So that's like I said, I would name off more. I just don't feel like it. So
okay.
Too many consoles.
Oh, they're all good games there.
Yeah.
So I like. I mean, every system that Nintendo's put out, I've loved.
Yeah.
But the GameCube's my favorite. So the 3 games that I picked was all on that console. So I'll get the first one out of the way because you already said Wind Waker's definitely one of them. But, it's such a great game.
I've watched you play that like 3 times.
Yeah, I've streamed it. a few times.
Seem to like really enjoy it.
Yeah, I've beat that game so many times. Like I can beat that game without a walkthrough easily. ATV Quad Power Racing 2. You've probably watched me and Colin or me and Carter play it before. It's a fun game.
Yeah, I have.
And then Super Mario Sunshine. It's a great game too.
I was gonna say Super Mario Sunshine, but I was like, it's between that and Wind Waker.
Yeah,
for me. So
it's a really good game.
To say Wind Waker.
So I beat it.
The main reason I decided is because the Zelda topic we had.
Oh yeah.
For today's episode, so yeah.
So Super Mario Sunshine, it took me 18 years to beat it. Well, I started playing it when it came out in 2002, and I didn't beat it until 2020. So, I mean, I didn't play it that whole time, so it didn't take me consistent. Yeah. I guess 2000. I mean, didn't take me consistent 18 years, but still took me 18 years to fully beat it. I beat it on the GameCube first, and then I beat the remaster for the Switch. I beat it in like 2 weeks. But yeah, those are my 3. They're all great games. But that's all the time we have. Appreciate you guys for watching live or listening, however, and then you can always watch us live on Kick and YouTube. Links always in the description. And you can follow us on our personal Twitch, YouTube's, and Kick accounts. And then we can have our merch is in our description. We have 2 stores, Redbubble and then Printify. Yep. And then our Instagram, follow us on there. And we're going up. Our listens are going up every week, so we know you guys are, listening, and we appreciate it. Yeah. And it's helping out a lot. So just keep doing that.
I just have to say, we have like 1,000, like almost 300 listens, like in total, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Just follow like all of our socials and whatnot and all that. Twitch, YouTube, Kick, all that. I'm going to also start grinding back on YouTube again. I've been taking sort of a break. I've been going through a whole bunch of stuff. But I'm going to start posting on YouTube a little bit more, trying to make some different content or whatnot. I'm also going to start like just grinding on just every social, especially the podcast Instagram. I've been slacking on that a lot. We're at 79 followers.
I mean, it's not bad.
Not 80, 70.
It's not bad.
But but just thank you guys for everything that you've done with like the podcast and our personal channels and whatnot. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
All right. Yeah, we appreciate you guys. We started this podcast just a little over a month ago, and it's growing really fast, and we appreciate all your guys' support. And we'll catch you next week.